What's up, you guys? Who or what are spirit guides and what do they do? But before I get into it, I just want to let you know that in the upcoming weeks, I'm going to be putting out a lot of short videos on topics like this. Things like astral projection, psychic ability, reincarnation, etc. And aside from my own personal experiences, I'll be sharing the perspectives from the sources that I trust, that I find reliable. And so to start, I want to introduce you to the spirit teachings of Silver Birch. And for those who don't know, Silver Birch was a highly evolved soul who channeled through the medium Maurice Barbanel, a former atheist turned agnostic prior to his channeling, which is a dope and interesting story in and of itself, but that's for another day. You see, when it comes to channeled information, I'll be honest, I find some of the stuff out there highly questionable for various reasons, and they're often contradictory too. But Silver Birch, in my opinion, is at the top of the list when it comes to reliability, along with several others that I'll be sharing in the future. However, that being said, whatever you hear me or what any other person teaches, that doesn't mean you can't question it. Which is why I encourage you to take Silver Birch's advice when he said these words. Reject everything that's contrary to reason, discard everything that's foreign to your common sense. Straight up, sounds good to me. Let's do this. Okay, so Silver Birch was asked, are spirit guides in general separate entities, or are they extensions of our own personality? Silver Birch's answer is this. He prefers to use the word individuality rather than personality. Because to him, he makes a distinction between personality, which is physical, and the individuality, which is a soul or spiritual makeup, the reality behind the mask, so to speak. He explains it like this. Persons are persons, right? They're separate so far as the world's concerned. But here's the thing. You can't separate spiritual individuality in the same way. Why? Because there are infinities. For example, two kindred halves of the one soul. And get this. Sometimes, believe it or not, they incarnate at the same time. Think of it as like the facets of a diamond, okay? The diamonds, the oversoul, the greater individuality. And the facets are aspects of it. They're aspects of it, which incarnate into the world for experiences. Experiences that'll add luster to the diamond when they return to it. So even though people are separate persons, they can be aspects of the one individuality. And in their case, the medium, Maurice Barbanel, and his wife, and Silver Birch, his spirit guide, are actually parts of one individual. Likewise, the same goes for you and your guide as well. You're both connected in that sense. Your facets are the one diamond. You can call these extensions if you want, but in reality, it comes to the same thing. You're just aspects or parts of the whole. Now, does every human being have a spirit guide or guardian angel? I've always wanted to know this. Silver Birch says, yes. The answer is yes. Check this out. He says that from the moment of conception, and even before that, there is attached to the incarnating soul someone who volunteers to act as his or her guardian. And who appoints his spirit guides? And this might surprise some of you. Ready for this? The law of attraction. The law of attraction. So even though guardian angels may know their task ahead of time, not everyone can say, I'll be the guardian to this or that person. Nope, that's not how it works. He says it's a very organized world. But whoever it is, you can bet that your guardian, aka spirit guide, angel, whatever you want to call them, will do their best to fulfill the function that they came to do until you cross over. And here's something else you got to realize. Their task, your guardian's task, becomes easier, listen, when you're aware of them, of their guardianship. Which means that if you're unaware of them, guess what? It's actually more difficult for them. Why? Because as Silver Birch says, we're their hands. We're their hands. In other words, if we provide the right conditions, where we're finally attuned and in harmony with the spirit world, then they'll be able to manifest their presence more, such as protection, guidance, and so on. Look, you're not alone, you guys, okay? You're not alone. I know it can sometimes feel that way, but you're not. I want you to think about this for a sec. You have a spirit guide, an angel, who loves you, who cares for you, who's not only just with you now, which is nice to know, but who's been with you from the very beginning, or should I say before the beginning, before your birth. That's a long time, dude. How wild is that? How awesome is that? So my question to you is, what are you going to do about it if this is true? Acknowledge your guide today. Start talking to them. Connect with them. Thank them for never leaving your side and see what happens. Cool? Alrighty guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and the bell right next to it to be notified of my next video. I pump these out every single week so you don't want to miss them. If you're listening via podcast, I'd really appreciate a review. It gets more people to discover my work and of course help spread this message. Like I always say, more's coming. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.